Take a breath, sit down. Let's eat together. There are wounds you can't see, and maybe those are the ones that weigh the most. They don't bleed. You can't cover them with a bandage, but you feel them every day in that small space between your heart and your breath, that quiet place where your thoughts echo louder than your voice. They are the words you never said, the times you smiled while you were breaking inside, the moments you laughed so no one would notice the pain, the nights no one knew you were crying, the mornings you got up anyway, pretending the ache was just fatigue. And yet, you're still here. And that alone says more than the wound ever could, because survival is never loud. It's made of quiet choices, one breath, then another. We're taught to heal quickly, to forget, to move on, to smile for the photo, to answer, I'm fine. But there are pages you can't turn. There are pains that don't fade. They transform. They become softer, maybe, but never meaningless. Sometimes pain turns into silence. Sometimes it turns into strength. And sometimes it just stays to remind you of who you are, of what you survived. Maybe healing doesn't mean erasing. Maybe it means learning to live with what remains, to accept that some echoes will always hum beneath your skin. Think of how many times you've said to yourself, I should be fine by now, as if sadness had an expiration date, as if grief could be scheduled, as if time alone could heal everything, when really it only heals what you truly listen to. You've stood back up when no one saw you. You've whispered encouragements to yourself when no one else knew you needed them. You've pretended to be okay so no one would worry. You smiled when all you wanted was to be held, not fixed, just held. And still, you kept giving love, even with shaking hands, even when there was almost nothing left to give. You kept showing up, not because you were unbroken, but because some part of you still believed in light. You know, the kindest people are often the ones who have known pain up close, because only those who have suffered learn to touch life gently. They know what a trembling heart feels like, and they never want to make another one tremble. You don't have to rush your healing. You don't have to be strong all the time. You can just be still and let the wound breathe. You can let the ache exist without naming it a failure. Invisible scars don't ask for pity, they ask to be seen. A quiet, I see you. A simple, I understand. That's enough. Sometimes that's all it takes to start truly healing. Someone seeing you without asking you to perform. Someone sitting beside you in the quiet. There are pains that may never fully leave, but they stop leading your way. They become part of the landscape, a mark, no longer a wound, a reminder, not a prison. And when you look back, you'll realize everything that hurt you also taught you how to stay, how to listen, how to breathe through the ache. The scars you can't see are proof of life, signs of survival, silent reminders of how far you've come. And even when you think you've stopped growing, those scars whisper that you already did. And maybe, if you close your eyes, you can hear the sound of time passing through you without hurting anymore, without pressing against the bruise. Wounds turn into maps, traces of who you've become. They show where you broke and where you healed. They are the fingerprints of resilience. Every time you thought, I can't do this, a part of you kept going anyway. It held its breath, it endured, and then it walked again. That part of you deserves gratitude. No one knows how hard you fought, but the way you love now, the way you see the world, tells the story. It's in the way you pause before speaking, in the way you choose gentleness over pride, in the way you don't laugh at other people's pain. You're not fragile. You've just been strong for too long. Now you can finally be real. You can let the armor fall without fearing collapse. Have another bite. Let your body remember it can receive, that it can be nourished, that it can still feel pleasure after pain. That joy doesn't betray the wound, it completes it. There will come a day when you'll speak of your wounds without the knot in your throat, when you'll share the story without flinching at the memory, and you'll realize you didn't heal from something, you healed through it. You carried it until it turned into wisdom. Scars don't take beauty away. They just move it a little deeper. They anchor it inside you, where it can't be touched or taken away. And right there, in that depth, peace begins. It's not a grand peace. It's quiet, patient, almost shy. It waits for you to notice it, to believe it's allowed to stay. Finish eating. Don't rush the quiet. Let it linger like an old friend. Let the silence hold you. You don't have to do anything tonight. You don't have to fix a single thing. Just breathe. Just be. I'll stay, not because you need company, but because you deserve to feel that your own silence is safe.